What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Dante here, back into my laboratory with yet another market watch. Yeah, we got a lot of tabs to go ahead and go over today. The last few tabs all kind of tied together, but without further ado, we're just gonna go ahead and get right into the video. If you do like the video, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more videos. We are going to be posting a couple of times a week. I got some stuff coming for you this weekend. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get to the, matter at hand. Altenar Gold Alphamon seeming like it's actually dipping down even harder, even further. Now, right here, you see light plays. I never look at light plays. I look at near mints. I look at the average price on the near mints. Light play, people light play varies. People like play is, hey, I played the card once or twice. That's literally it. Hey, I sleeve the card up, shuffle it, did some test hands with the deck. So it's light play. And some people's like, hey, I went ahead and played, 5 rounds with it. I didn't like it, so I took it out and double sleeved it and put it back to the side. Yeah, like moderately played, light play. I don't look at. It's only near mint for me, honestly, when it comes to these card prices. And as you can see right now, we have one person right here, carbon cards and games are trying to go ahead and get rid of it, sitting at about $780 right here. And then right there, spike $900 right here. So on average, you're looking at about $8 to $850 for the card. You can go ahead and check out, look at this. I like when they go ahead and post a picture of it, the actual picture of front and back. As you can see right there at the top left-hand corner, it has a little bit of a nit right there. Maybe it's the glare, maybe it's a nit, but always, double check the sources. 100%, well over 1,600 sales. Not bad at all whatsoever. That'd be somebody I would trust to go ahead and sell me a card. Carbon cards and games, of course, over 25,000, 99.8. It could be a couple of people from way back in the day that, they didn't like the card, didn't get there, and they had to refund them and that kind of stuff. I always said if it's above 99.5% approval rate, and they have at least 1,000 to 1,200. Yeah, I say about 1,000 to 1,200 sales. Those are typically the people I typically buy from. It's one of those things where you have to prove yourself from TCG, and these people obviously have proven themselves. So, $850 for a Omnimon. You can go ahead and buy one and put it towards collection. I think they're just going to do this with all the Royal Knights, to be honest with you. It seems like that might be a trend. Omnimon being the first one, Alphamon being the next one. We'll see when it comes to the third one. We don't have confirmation if they're going to even make a third one, period. So we'll go ahead and see. Altar Davis out the Jessamine structure deck is sitting at about $8. BT12 has been leaked in the OCG. Imperial Dramon gets a 100% facelift. There's another Davis. There's another Ken. There's another Wormmon line. There's another Vmon line. Pyodramon still does Jorgus. Imperial Dramon seems very, very strong. I think the deck is just going to keep on getting more and more tools going down the line. This Altart, around when BT12 comes out here, maybe the summer of 2023, heading towards the fall, we're probably going to see this Davis be the $15, $20 card like the old Davis was. So don't sleep on getting your Davises if you're planning on playing blue. Do not sleep on your Davises whatsoever. I already went ahead and picked up a few structure decks myself just to get the Davises. If you don't want to buy this Just My structure deck because you're not a red player, go ahead and pick up the Davises right here. 2 Davises equal about the same amount as one structure deck. Structure deck's going for like 15 to 16, so a couple of Davises, you can go ahead and buy a couple of those, be perfectly fine. So watch out for this card to go up in the next coming months. It's not going to be immediate. It's not going to be instantaneously. It's not going to flip like next week. It's one of them cards to where it's going to go up in price because it is the highest rarity, like Bandai does. When Bandai reprints, they reprint in higher rarity, so alt arts, and it's Davis. What's there not to love about this Davis card? Bloomon did a spike. Bloomon went from $1.50 to $4.55. I said Bloomon. I said depend on some green players, maybe come EXO3 with Hydramon, maybe Bloom Loramon to be one of them decks that green players will actually like to play around with. This is new for me. I have not seen a Bloom Loramon list yet. I have not seen one, and I've been on on Digimon, on YouTubers, that Digimon content creator. It has to be some kind of secret sauce with this card. This card skyrocketed like virtually overnight. I was going through TCG a couple days ago buying cards, and I saw this card at a $5 point. And I was like, wait, $5? $6 now on average. Yes, there's gotta be some secret sauce with this card unless people are holding it for EXO3. And I want to say EXO3 coming. I think it's the second so either next week or the week after next for the end of November. So EXO3, I believe, is coming in November. I didn't see any delays about EXO3. So there might be some secret sauce with this. Please let me know in the comment section below. If there's a very, very good, Bloom Loramon video, even if it does include EXO3, because it's in the near future, link me to it so I can go ahead and look at it. I love, the road decks. I love to see everybody's, minds when it comes to being innovative. So yeah, let me know why that card is spiking. Metal Greymon. This card actually fell a little bit. This card at one point in time was sitting like a $12 to $13 price point early in the week. Is back down to a $9.50, $10 price point. It only gets better in BT11. I'm just gonna say that now. It only gets better in BT11. Simple. I believe is Decker Greymon. Like they only get better in BT11 because they get more tools, more Digimon to flesh out the deck. They get a level 6 that's gonna help facilitate them and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see how Blue Flare actually shapes up in the next main set. Shoutmon X5. It has gone down because of the ban list hit to Shoutmon X4. This one not really being as it's going to be maxed out at 4 now because that's their Digicross target now besides the 1X4. You see right now it's sitting at about $6 right now on a high end. This card, last time I looked at it, if I'm not mistaken, this card was like a $9 to $10 card if I'm not mistaken. As you can see, it's only been going down dramatically from there. It did, just drop. Are people off the Shoutmon Digicross deck? I don't think so. I think a lot of people are like, it's a bummer that they hit it pretty hard. But, it's understandable that they hit it pretty hard. It's like a Rookie Rush style of deck. All these Digimon have save mechanics so they don't really die. They go underneath the tamers. Then you bring the Digimon out and put them on top of something else. Underneath something else. And then, for like 0-1 memory, just keep on, pretty much looping them. Yeah, it's going to suck. But we saw how, people were calling for this death to get hit. I don't know if people was calling for the death to get hit that hard because we haven't had any major tournaments yet. So yeah, a lot of people really are. Let's see how this deck is going to evolve. That's what I want to see. How this deck is going to evolve. How are people who are really into this deck? Because they have more support in BT11. So let's see if people are going to push it off to the side until BT11 and then try to revitalize it. Let's see how it works from there. But I mean, it is sitting at a $5.5, $6 price point. Ooh, it might be a little scary. I don't know. This is one that take with caution. I don't know about this card. We'll see. So, Death Ex-Mon is sitting on a $90 average for a regular art. $90 average. This card is wildly good. This card punishes your opponent for overextending. This is a more of a mid to late game type of card when boards have been fully established. That kind of stuff. Is this card very, very good? Yes. Is this card busted? Yeah. Is this card broken? No. This card can win games, can end games, but this card is only really as powerful as the board state your opponent puts on the board. You know, if your opponent is very tamer heavy, or your opponent is late game oriented, or mid game oriented, this card will punish them. If the deck is very hyper aggressive to where it can really check you down turn 4, turn 3, turn 4, then yeah, this card is really not going to do too much. But so it just depends. This card right now is very, very good. This card in a simplified game state is going to only get better. Yeah. So just so you know, this is $90 right now. The alternate art is pushing $125. Yes, you heard me. Death Ex-Mon alternate art is sitting around $125 on average. This card is insane. And when I mean insane, like the pricing is insane. It's been like, if Bandai makes a card better than this and power creeps this card, that card is going to be an instant $100 card. And people are going to be ready for it. This card, I mean, really, I don't see it stopping from going up. But, I mean, if it depends on your playstyle, you have to have a couple of these in the back. If you pull a couple of it, or even pull this one, you want to downgrade and throw in with some other stuff for a trade, I mean, to each his own. I care less about high rarity unless there's a deck I really want to keep for the long run. That's when I max out the rarity of it, like my Alphamon deck. But man, this card really is expensive. Is it worth it? That's up to you. I prefer the lower one just to save money, but hey, to each his own. Lucemon Altar is actually back above its $50 price point. It is one of them cards that a lot of people were seeing being very helpful in the Digicross format before the ban list. I don't know how it is now. Maybe it's more powerful now that the Digicross players have been stunted a little bit. Having one X4 really will hurt. And they're more of a mid to late game type of deck going forward now, rather than having that early/mid game presence to be able to check down 4 or 5 security all in pretty much one turn if they draw nutty, which in that deck it draws and searches so much, it's ridiculous. I mean, at least with Imperial, it just searched its butt off. Digicross, Shoutmon just searched and drew. S4 hit the board, you drew 2 cards. And yeah, it was pretty nutty. But a lot of people listening to the tech, a lot of people looking at purple as maybe a good anti-meta call for the format. If it does go to a tamer heavy format, I think this is probably something that if you're not playing purple, probably get rid of it. It is, depending on the format and the style of the format. I think Mastermind is a good meta call for this type of format. I even think, Mastermind has been confirmed to get support in BT. I want to say it's BT11, if I'm not mistaken. I think it is BT11. So Mastermind gets more support in BT11 with the new Angel Woman and Lady Devilmon and the five cost Tamer. That's a purple and a yellow. So Mastermind does get more direct support in BT11, and you might see this card go up again. We shall see. If you're not a purple player, you don't need this card. If you're a purple player, have a couple of Lucimons, or even the regular arts. The regular arts are sitting around 25, 30, if I'm not mistaken. And, pick up a couple of these, keep them in the back. Simple as that. Speaking of purple, Livmon Altanar is down to $42. Livmon took in a gigantic hit with the introduction of memory blockers in every main deck. Every main deck is going to have memory blockers, whether they play 2, 3, or 4. Livmon in any memory looping type of deck that does not have inherent removal will be subjected to having memory blocked. Yeah, it's very tough. When purple wants to loop, it's one of those things to where memory is the key. And Bandai even said that they don't want decks to loop. This is why they hit MDF. This is why they hit Call to the Darkness. Call from the Darkness. This is why they hit Eismon. This is why they hit these cards that perpetuate straight up loops and just massive board building. They don't like it. They're going to get rid of it. They're going to hit it. Livmon Altanar is super though. The new Livmon actually pretty good in BT11 for the Bagagon Army. I think that actually going to be a good card in Bagagon Army. This Livmon most likely will not be a part of that whatsoever, seeing as it doesn't have it in its traits. Maybe they'll show, the 7 Great Demon Lords some love in a different way down the line. So TIE alternate art, the box topper, is sitting around $30 for the box topper. It dodged a bullet with the structure decks. So a lot of people are, when they want to match ready some stuff, this is the match ready of TIE right now. You can say, TIE reprinted it. Look, this is the highest rarity of TIE. I know there was some leaks and or reveals of a reprint set for BT 1.0 and BT 1.5, and we saw new Agumons and new Vmons, if I'm not mistaken, and a Magna Angemon. Are we going to get the entirety of 1.0, 1.5 reprinted? Or is it just high-end cards that are going to reprint at a higher rarity so they can sell more product? That's how they're doing it. If TIE is one of them, this might drop down to a $15, $20 card. If it's not, this bad boy might hit $35, $40 depending on where red is in the meta. And right now, red is one of those dominant colors. Vmon, speaking of which, BT 1.0, 1.5, this Vmon is now up to $15 price point just for the rare. For the highest rarity of Vmon outside of the Champion series, like the Championship Qualifier, the top 64, the top 32, those kind of cards. Those kind of cards are, of course, going to be super duper expensive. This Vmon sitting here is sitting at about $26, $27, pushing $28. Hey, if you're going to play Vmon or any Vmon style deck, you're going to need to go ahead, and you want high rarity, this is the card to aim for. Like, until you can, throw 100, 200, 300, 400 on, Vmons and X Vmon, high rarities, those championship cards. This is where you go right here. Simple as that. Chimeramon snuck up to about $20 over the past week or two. It is a bridge card. It is a very good bridge card. It is a card that I personally play in Mastermind. It's a card that you play in Imperial. It's a card that you really play in any deck that's really hyper focused on level 4s and level 5s. And they want to speed up to their level 6s. And you need another card on your level 5. You throw this bad boy in. If you're playing like Armor Rush, for example, I mean, you want to get, you just want to have another attack. And both your Armor Rush, your Armor Purge Digimon, or your Armor Digimon are suspended, Jorgets into this. Extra swing. It becomes 12k if you have if you have more than 3 sources underneath it, or if you have 3 or more colors underneath it. Then you can swing again, and then Digivolve on top of this. So it bridges that 4 to 6 gap very, very nicely. This is pre-sale prices. So it dropped to 8 to 10, and now it went up to 15, and now it's about 20. People are seeing the value of this card more and more and more as time goes on. If you did not have your Chimera Mons when they was cheap, you might try to get away with $15 on this card, but now you're paying premium on it. This card is very good. It's only going to get better in the future as more and more things come out. This card is going to be like I said, it's going to be just a bridge and the glue of a lot of decks. Simple. Jelly Belly. She is sitting at, oh my goodness, she's sitting at $17 right now. Tessimon just came out in BT10. People like the engine. This Altart right here, I mean, who knows? Is this Altart going to go up to 20? Don't know. Is the Altart going to go down back to 10? Don't know. This is a wonky one that if you want to, you want to just throw in a good engine, then there you go. Like, throwing some Jellymon, throwing some Tessimons. You can just have like a good 12, 14 card engine in your deck that's going to help you with, bouncing cards back or, controlling the game state. Is more for control decks more than anything. Deca Greymon alternate art went down. This bad boy was sitting like $23 just a week ago. And now this bad boy is all the way down to a $15 price point, maybe $16. I don't know how this is going to fare. I looked into Blue Flare a little bit. I have to look into, how the deck would come together come BT11. I'm really focused on so 3 right now with, the Examon stuff and the D Brigade stuff and some of the purple cards in there. Like, I'm really focused a little bit more. So 3, when that comes out, I'll be more focused on BT11, kind of just how it is. I just want to just take my time and just see how things are, how the different sets are, how they come together with different art types, how they build. Might be a good card to go ahead and pick up right here. If Blue Flare becomes a tier 1, tier 2 competitive deck, and when I say tier 1, tier 2 competitive deck, a lot of people like to get the decks are not quite tier 1, so not them top 5 decks, but it's more powerful than a tier 2 decks. They give it a 1.5 label. So like Imperial Demand, for example, would be a 1.5. It can match up with those tier 1 decks, but it's not tier 1. Like, it is not tier 1, but yet it's more powerful than tier 2 decks. So it's kind of in that middle gray area. Usually it's like 2 or 3 decks that kind of float back and forth. The deck can either go up or go down depending on, tournament results and stuff like that. But is Blue Flare going to be a deck to where it can be a very good tier 2 deck? Or is it just a road deck? Road deck is anything below tier 2, but it's above meme style deck. It's a deck that can keep up with the tier 2. Has a good matchup to some of the tier 1s, but it loses to other rogue. Mastermind will probably be a good example. Mastermind can dominate a lot of rogue decks, but Mastermind is rogue in itself to where it struggles with tier 1 decks. And if it high rolls, it can keep up with that tier 1.5, tier 2 status. So it's kind of like rogue is anything below tier 2, but above that meme type of deck. Is this going to be one of those decks? We don't know. This is probably this is probably the target card that I would target personally if I wanted to hold on to something and I wanted to play the deck and think it's going to skyrocket in price when BT11 comes out. This would be the card that I would probably grab right now and hold it. And when it does, go back up, you can either get rid of it or you already have your Altanars. So just some food for thought right there. So the remaining cards are all interlinked with each other. I looked up one and could not believe how expensive it was. And I'm going to take a small lap. Hey, I told you this weeks, maybe months back. If you do not have these at a certain price point, you need to pick them up now. Simple. And those are the memory boost. Red memory boost is sitting at $17 to $18. Green memory boost is just about bought out on TCG Player. There are only 5 copies of the green memory boost left on TCG Player. This bad boy is bought out to the umpteenth degree. This bad boy right here, if it comes back on market, it's going to be a $15, $16 card like it is now. Yellow memory boost is the second cheapest one. Right now it's sitting at $9, $10 price point. Black memory boost is sitting here at a cool, comfortable 13 to 14. Blue memory boost is insane. Blue memory boost is $20, $21, and it's been targeted as a buyout as well. As you can see right here, there's only about 7 to 8 copies left on the market. Purple memory boost, cheapest one out of all of them, is sitting at about $8 right now. This is a targeted buyout for people knowing what the meta is. Red is a meta color right now. You have Black War Greymon getting his X Antibody the next set. You have War Greymon X Antibody. You have Jessamon X Antibody. These are top contending decks. Am I going to put them tier 1, tier 2? I don't know yet. We don't have the data yet to go ahead and start tearing them off. Now, red is a sure shot to be in contention for the meta or for the top spot. All right. Green. A lot of people love Grandis. And then maybe it's some sauce with the Hydromon. Maybe it's the sauce with the Bloom Lordmon that I spoke about earlier in the video. But these cards not only were targeted, they were bought out. 100% bought out. Is skyrocketed. Yellow. Yellow right now is on Easy Street in the background. A lot of people don't really have too much faith in the 4-grade Dragon Lords that's coming out in EXO3. The Renamon stuff is meh at best. Sunrise Buster was hit the 1, so it kills a lot of the red-yellow decks that a lot of people like. It is confirmed. It is confirmed in leaks of BT12. There's an entire new Greymon line with Shine Greymon, Rise Greymon, a Greymon, a Agumon, and a Marcus. The Marcus is interesting. The deck is interesting. Go check it out for yourself. I mean, man, like yellow right now is on the back burner as a color. A lot of people are like iffy about it. So as you can see, it's rarely available right now. It's pretty low and cheap because of that. Black. Alphamon got hit. A lot of people still liking black as a color. D Brigade is also a very good potential contender. I like it as a tier 1.5 type of deck. We'll see in EXO3 will it be able to take make splashes and solidify itself as a top 5 deck, being a tier 1 deck. We don't know. I know a lot of people are hyped about it. Also in BT11, we have more support when it comes to the. Oh man, I'm spacing. I have to go back and double check, but I'm spacing right now. We have more. We have a good black deck coming in. We have a good black deck being finished in not EXO3, and BT11, and BT12 leaked some decent stuff that they're aiming for a lot of protagonists in there, and I'm actually liking the route that they're going with it. I didn't see any black Digimon, but I saw black purple Digimon that I'm very hyped about. That's now coming in BT12 that I'm so happy they brought to the game. Not going to spoil it for you. Might do a BT12 leak video. But yeah, this is like black is becoming just like, a next up type of color right now. This is why you see black right now. Is a lot of readily available black memory boost cards here. But you're sitting at about 13, 14 on average for it. Look, blue is just going to be meta for the foreseeable future. I mean, Metal Garurumon at Antibody is a thing. If Blue Flare becomes a good deck, go ahead. You still have Seedramon support coming in EXO3. You have Aegismon coming in BT11. BT12, you have the whole new Imperialdramon line. Like, blue's gonna be meta, period. The last time blue was not meta, if I'm not mistaken, was during the Lord Nightmon meta. To have Lord Nightmon and Green Rush. And it was really just those two decks. And then I think it was like BT6 or something like that, Live Loop went off the rails and went crazy. So blue's going to be meta from this point forward. I hate to say it. This is why the blue memory boost, as you see, has been bought out left and right. The bad boy is sitting very, very expensive right now. And then purple just gets hit so hard because purple is about looping and trash manipulation. And right now, there's a couple of decent decks that deals with it, but nothing yet solidified. I think coming BT12, again, not going to spoil it, but coming BT12, you got there might be some good purple stuff coming down the pipe. So, with that being said, I'm going to get up out of here. This has been the end of this here Market Watch. I got another video to go ahead and record today. I'm gonna put up in the channel on Saturday, but we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.